dorje Sangye de lo da marba me lai shije Khenpo Tenzin Ugyen Lama Shiji Sangye Yuban Zenam Dan Jedi Tazo Malen Rupa So Samyan Chagya Shelaya Manye Nyame Drapa Khenpo Kagye Lo Sowan Dezo Kagye Lama Yuban Zenam Nampai Jingye Lo Shelaya Kongye Kongpa Songpa Senere Gonlai Chagye Meba Dan Sedere Deta Jebe Kongye Lo Nyekure Khenpo Meba Singye Lo Mebe Kongye Kongre Songpa Mema Dewa Jene Lama Lai Gyonto Sowa Debe Kongye Lo Keme Goi Kemre Singye Lo Keme Kongye Kongye Songpa Anja Tongpe Mowe Somai Maje Debre Chobe Kongye Gomza Lodan Jabra Singye Lo Namdo Mowe Jungwe Songpa Jiya Maye Jiya Tawaya Magaye Rolvare Shabe Kongye Kone Yeme Dobra Singye Lo Kewa Kondo Yana Lama Rame Shirge Bala Gonjoye Tata Lamye Yende Ravdon Dorje Shangye Koma Yodo Sangye Judan Soye Jonam Lai Sangye Bardo Dane Yazai Dage Jinzoi Sonam Rola Sangye Rorai Soye Sangye Judan Soye Jonam Lai Sangye Bardo Dane Yazai Dage Jinzoi Gebe Sonam Rola Sangye Drupare Joye Sangye Jedan Soye Jonam Lai Sangye Barza Dane Gyazai Dage Jinzoi Gebe Sonam Gen Rola Sangye Drupare Joye Semjen Tamje Dewa Eve Gyodan Dapare Gyurje Dunga Dunga Ge Gyodan Dapare Gyurje Dunga Mebe Dewa Tampana Medavare Gyurje Nyere Yodan Yedan Anyam Jambala Nepare Gyurje Semjen Tamje Dewa Teve Gyodan Dapare Gyurje Dunga Dunga Ge Gyodan Dapare Gyurje Dunga Mebe Dewa Tampana Medavare Gyurje Nyere Yodan Yedan Danyam Chambala Neva Yuraji Simje Tamje Dewa Dan Deve Yambare Gurje Dunga Dunga Ye Yudan Rabare Dunga Mebe Dewa Tampala Medavare Gurje Rejada Yadan Reve Danyam Chambala Neva Yuraji Santa Wadan Chiji Jabala Yuzo Yaran Kuje Zawayi Gyawa Juzen Taki Jiza Tamje Zagi Janje Shemo Timbadina Taki Udu Zambika That's the Tongo Minzani. Several Tonga, several Yawatonga Minzani. Yeah, nothing.
Shiji Kalo, Kera, Zebe, Don, Jim, Chalwe, the Margaret, and the Kajur, Mochelo, Chalwe, Ome, Jagay, and the Bodondo, the Bolan, Grinje, Moy, Rather Jagoro was on the Moy, Lame, Jala, Greja. Tera Gendo de Daniel, Tabia,
Good evening, everyone. And Tashidele, as you know, every week on Wednesday, there's a teaching on this curriculum. And today is my turn to teach. And the subject is, as you know now, everyone, all the teachers are teaching what we call the 7 point of mind training. And this is taught under the main two heading, which is the main teaching is the ultimate, the relative bodhicitta. Nevertheless, and the ultimate bodhicitta is also taught in a very concise way. And the topic for my teaching is the ultimate bodhicitta. So I'm going to talk on that. So, So, as for the second point, there are two sections in the actual practice, the associated meditation on ultimate bodhicitta and the principal meditation on relative bodhicitta. And today I'm going to teach the first one. And the first section is again divided into two topics: instruction for a period of meditation and instruction for post-meditation practice. And when you do the meditation practice, it says, with respect to the first topic, after the practice of Guru Yoga described above. So that is what Khenpo Sangye actually taught you the last week. That's what you have to use when you practice that. And you should sit with the body straight, and as you breathe in and out, count without disturbance 21 breaths over and over again. This exercise will render you a suitable vessel for meditation practice. For the actual practice, then the root text says, regard all phenomena as dream. And then, so, the actual phenomena that is the world and its inhabitants are objects that we grasp as at with our senses. These appearances are simply our mind's manifestation of confusion. In the end, they are not actually existent in any way whatsoever, but are like the appearances in a dream. By thinking along these lines, train yourself to have some feeling for looking at the world this way. Should you wonder if mind itself is real?
조금 리뷰 제장 조금이 제네 냠샤고냐 당 얘네 정도 예비 제장 얘네 조금 제네 얘네 냠샤고냐 다음에 저 건설 람니 저거니 저기
马给李系的接送谁？
马给李系了接
送谁了？
马给李系了接，他给了给帮助，他当了接工记录，前呢，现在在那方面。
So when we're talking about meditation, there's two different kinds of meditation. One is what we call the analytical meditation, which is followed by the reasoning, and other one is called the resting meditation, with full, which actually work with the devotion and trust and faith. So.
Dharmane kewa meba ripi shiyam sendi nelu pela tene chepa tang. Chepa te kane tangare tene ta so shungshin umma disu ki kasu tene chula chepa dorje kene jiba jibu la chepa yume kewo ki jiba mao la chepa tang tene kanto tendre ki jiba tang tene chik duje la sobi ki ta ume ki jiba shi tang ume ki jiba nga la kama tene tanga ta pichu kangro ta so di kabre ta yul nangwa yul di ten drum di cheba tene kangro kabre ta semdi ta kangro ume riba shi la sobi ki tanga semdi tene kandre kewa 당도 깨워 두고 민족 벌도 내가 두고 민족 타마 가고 두고 민족 그리고 제배 제바 땅에 샘개와 내가 두고 되는가다 조금기 놓고 되네 빈데서네 제바 땅에 리베 제바 땅에 되네 샘개와 내가 sem no bar mani, sem de mar do bar mani, then sem ge wa me ba tong ma ni to to, then yin ang ting do nyamar chopa de la, che kong di kong cha.
Leverages. Something wrong. So when we talk about the first one, analytical meditation, then the root text says, examine the nature of unborn awareness. This is how we do the meditation, what we call the analytical meditation. How we have to examine is there are many reasoning, especially there are 5 different reasoning in Madhyamika philosophy. Examining the causes, examining the result, and examine the essence, and then examine the outer phenomena, inner mind, everything, which will make us find nothing but emptiness. And that's how we do the analytical meditation, by examining the mind, the unborn nature of our mind, and see if the mind is there or not. Also.
네, sem ngor tu ba dong tem mar tu ba ma nye sem tong ba da tong ba ngor da to to ni re ji bi che ba da den ji tu sam ji ne tong ba ne she ji ki ke da ke wa me ba den ji le do tong ba ni den ji le do ne she ji ki ne bi den do ne nya ma cho ba de la che ko ni.
And by examining, using those reasoning of Madhyamika, we will come to an understanding that there is no really a mind, it's emptiness. Of course, we will not realize the actual emptiness yet, but intellectually we will have understanding, and we will have kind of confidence or certainty saying that there is not really a mind, but it's emptiness. Once we have this kind of certainty about the mind, then we meditate on that. And that's what we call the analytical meditation.
아, 그런 게 제가 다 그러잖아. 랑생기 몰라 제르기 때에 카도 이소 강조 마두진 대체나 당도 중립이 공립이 당도 마게다. 생마게다 마게다 그래서 근데 마게다 인데 중립이 비춰봤더니 다다 류기 치 나라서가 강조 내된 얘네 버드 내방 타를 조신 거기기 율 내바 깨가 내 순당 델위기 리비 실라 센터기 제배 탑주기 미시 토벌자 다들 방도 비바디토 치율 된 거는 나무 템기 된 다음에 이제는 셈디 계속 내수는 거기 예시지기 예시 토번자 이들 셈 탐제 동바오 냠바동 동바라 지장 했는 메도 냠바도 다된데기 남덕 중 년배 남덕 중나 년보 니장을 그시든지 년보 예매기 빈바 되게 뭐 때에 예매장 때문에 방석들과 예망들 회기를 대다음에 제품을 그때 하고 있단 말이야. 제품을
And when the root text says, examine the nature of unborn awareness, Jamgon Lodruthai writes in his commentary, he says, when you look directly at the presence of mind, no color, no shape, no form is perceived. Since mind has no origin, it has never come into existence in the first place. And this is what it means when it says unborn awareness. Means it has never been born. It has never come into existence in the first place. And now it is not located anywhere because it has never come to existence, so it is not located anywhere. Inside or outside the body. Finally, the mind is not some object that goes somewhere or ceases to exist. By examining and investigating mind, you should come to a precise and certain understanding of the nature of this awareness, which has no origin, no location, or no cessation. Thoughts about this remedy for the tendency to cling to existence may come up. For example, you may think mind and body are all empty, or nothing is helpful or harmful in emptiness. If this happens, then that's all. That's enough.
Chidara nangwa dida rangi ten semni dene krebi tadang tel dine shene songren tsenma nang yila mi cheke langi songren rang tanda dini kanyi tanda di chiba chichang rang chali. Chidara nangwa dida rangi ten tangbo chi yul nangwa di tene ta umegi rikwa la sabi di chepa na tene chi를 먹어도 많이 얘네 이 통마 랑기 잼기 박차기 출렁 이말 셈 박차 출렁을 이 것이야 셈 다 나와도 셈이나 얘네 셈이 템버도 버리 셈이야 템버 셈 코랑이야 낭시 셈이 한 템버도 semni dene kebe tadang sem korangi ngone dene yeba dang neba gangbo yuldan yuljen lasabu kebe gi tadang ta tamje dang dewaji chabuyo semni dene kebe dene shene songren chema nam yela miji jekela dene shene da 이 내출 내당비 나와 되는 셈 거랑 원칙이 말이야. 이 말은 이 주변 시에 얘네 먼저 존재기 tema 일람이제입니다. 제샤기 제소입니다. 세당기 전부입니다. 예비 제소입니다. 예비 제소입니다. 예매 라소비니까 저기 다 담는 저거. 现没可能从这里怎么一两米的吧，可能我们解决了因为解决成这里边老人，当然少那么米都被一些工作的老人这个就是很多基本的情况之下。
So in 37 practices of bodhicitta, Murju Thome is teaching when he is teaching about the ultimate bodhicitta. He says, whatever appearance outside is nothing but one's own mind, which means nothing really exists outside anything, and everything is just a projection of our own confused mind. And then he says, when you look at your own mind and try to find something, then mind itself is free from any extreme, whether existent or not existent from the very beginning of So there is no mind. Therefore, by understanding there is no phenomena outside, no mind inside, and then not and then not taking anything as real, the object and subject, and meditate on that is what we call the practice of bodhisattva. So that's exactly what it means. Same here. That's it.
조금 비게 놓고 하나 뭐 근신 안가 샤업데 다 제반에 조출을 된다고 남시 초등기 고도 탐제당 전에 최단계의 뭐 근신 안로 되어 대신인들 뒤에 된바 저들 별로 그 팀이 진짜 나오고 시 질량마도 벌어 르 강양 미빈 벌어 랑박도 샤바테 더나 남도 비제수 미정 semni terla tongmi ge nang de chine to nyambar 샤바니 조금 비법소
And it's a, even the remedy is free to subside naturally. So when you look at the presence of the remedy itself, these thoughts about the absence of true existence, there is nothing for mind to refer to, and they subside naturally on their own. Relax in this state. These lines present the key instruction on the meaning of existence from the point of view of investigating meditation. And that actually completed teaching on the analytical meditation. And then second one, the resting meditation, it says, the root text says, rest in the nature of all, the basis of everything. This instruction presents the actual method of placing the mind. When there is no involvement with the activity of the seven groups of consciousness, there is still the nature of all phenomena, the natural state, which is the basis of everything. It is pointed out by the term noble Buddha nature. Let go and rest, without the slightest idea of nature existing as something with absolutely no mental clinging, in a state distinguished by non-discursive clarity and pure simplicity.
근시 강들 샵 애들 당보 샵다디 얘네 근시디 뭐 셔가지고 뭐 근시디 간대지라 되기도 근시 뭐 마시나 얘네 샤싱이 얘네 얘네 당보 근시 뭐 셔.
So when it says rest in the nature of all, the basis of everything. Basis everything. So anyway, rest in the nature of all, the basis of everything. In Tibetan it says Ngo Kuishi Nonglasha. Kuishi is usually we use the Sanskrit word alaya, alaya vishanana. So in order for us to be able to rest in that nature, we have to recognize what alaya is, what the nature of all, the basis of everything is. So that's important for us first.
얘네 근시를 뭐 마시나 얘네 샤사데 얘기면 나와도.
So if you don't know what the alaya is, then we don't know where to rest.
얘네 비 근시비다 먼저 주일라메기 가서 얘네 감기요 다 감가베 감세야 되게 근시야 되게 다 민이 남정 먹을 거래 얘네 감기요 얘네 공전다도 시간이나
So if I teach you what alaya is, according to the Uttaratanda Shastra, now it is taught in the chapter of the Buddha nature, or sometimes we also call alaya, sometimes we call element and dhatu, so forth. But anyway, in Uttaratanda Shastra, the alaya is taught in this way.
근데 다 근시 세계인데 간대식 세계를 생기랑 신도 셀 강인바 인내 남과 신도 주매도
안 지금은 그냥 지혜는 现조선군 토지를 송수는 나서 전주 나서
되네, 근시 되는데, 되네, 다 뒤자와래도. 대라 민기 다당 배 나초기 때인데, 근시 되라다 민기 단예양 먹고 여버리, 배양 남아나서 먹고 지기 때문에, 되네, 대라박이 다, 어, 당보, 돌리, 다, 값은, 되네, 셰럽게 바르듯 침바들이, 그냥 되게, 대양, 되네, 저거 축성 오마디다, 근시디, 대남 덴바스기로를, 대양, 되네, 근시, 양답의 타스기로를, 대양, 근시기 민기다. 내룩 랑신 되게요래 대양 되네 근식이 다 방송 미기 타니 주르메 양갑레 되네 주르메 용접 양 되기요 갑시 천이 양 되기요 갑레 셈니 양 되기요래 갑레 똥니 대낭신기 되네 민기 타니 미저 원담만도 근심을 민기 타니 뭐뭐 다 디저트당 얘네 민기는당 이 지든당 지든
아 지지는
지든 이
그 카메라 여기도 말이구나.
지든당의 그 칸미를
근데 조선군 기 가서 조선군 토지는 아주 정말 딘다니. 이나 되는 마시로가 좀 맞아서
아
나 처음부터 들어간 날 그것도 다시 뭐 근데 다 다르시네.
하나 가다니 지빈이 시리즈 마시네 마 가방 쳐를 주긴 자와티 때문에 이제 내내 아니죠
뭐 시작하지. 인간들은 안 돼.
제가 뒤에 카세부터
그 지를 방안을 하고 정보를 얻어 말이야.
네 참.
날 위해서 이거 다 다들 세번 한 대로 요 나서 아 너도는 민기 남한테 계속
아,
하거든.
예, 민기는.
So anyway, this alaya is taught by many different names. In the sutra, it also says the Prakyaparamita. They are same, and also sometimes it says the ultimate truth or the uh, the uh, the the nature of ultimate suchness and gurme and changeless and so forth. And then same and the mind or emptiness. These are all taught same. Just talking about the same thing. That is alaya, or that is the Buddha nature, according to the Sutrayana. That's all.
다, 이, 돼 나옵니다. 근식이 민기남. 당하기 태비가 없어 양 근식이 민기남다. 당벌 근거, 가브레 이런다, 당벌 근거세. 주의하시는 현재 기대의 시티비요. 주의하시는 티글레션 버티비요. 주의하시는 랑신을 설지비요. 주의하시는 차우자ችን 버티비요. 대나신이 되네 민기남당 몽고지가 이 차상 주고 tuk서기다 바로도 근시되는 거고
And according to the Mantrayana, in the Mantrayana, it has been given many different names again. What I have just told is according to Sutrayana. In Mantrayana, sometimes it is called the primordial protection, and then sometimes it's called co-emergent wisdom. Sometimes it is called great bindu, or sometimes it's called natural luminosity. Sometimes it's also called the Mahamudra. So whatever you use, whatever name you use, we're talking the same thing, which is in this mind training says alaya. So that's the same thing. That's all.
뒤에 얘네 나랑도 몽고 지기 얘네 오미기 된다거나 얘네 실하게 버려도 준비 된다고 하고 마셔봐 주거든 셰라게 바르데 진비기 된 똑나양 차오자 진비기 된 똑을 고마 쉐바데 거지 덴데 삼년 디와 단계 뭐 정성아 니마 어디인데 지동나다 직실근들 비밀이라 뭐도 다 차제만 나와요 디니 디니마도 콜로지 디니 동네 단위 직실근들 되는 송여로 어디인데 지기 여고지기 또 살아 있나 차자 정말 되나 뒤에 저과 정말 되나 뒤에 우마 정말 되나 뒤에 얘네 셔라게 바르지 정말 되나 뒤에 심기는 로신나 랑신선은 뒤다 카시기 양 뒤수 차자 정말 된다나야 바르드 르셀 바르도랑아도 르셀 지기 시야요 이 카카인 바저고 차제서 뭐 돈을 받을 설비 뭐 맞춰 되고 근데 상가 당기 들어가 당기는 거. 이 마인 바다 지기 돈나 되는 받을 설비네 비례 차제서 뭐 되는 비례 저거서 뭐 되는 비례 대시시가 되는 거. 인물나 그 감정의 비례 이 시가 비 얘네 대체
So it is very important for us to know that if you realize one of them, then you will understand everything. Because I have been asked many questions by many people saying that if I realize the Prajnaparamita, still I need to realize the Mahamudra or like that. And also some people say, if I meditate on the Mahamudra, how could it be helpful during the Bardo, the luminosity, and so forth? So that's a little bit confused question because if you realize one fully, then you realize everything. As we have saying, you know one and you liberated from 100 things and so forth. Therefore, if you realize, understand one, then you are liberated from all, like that. Therefore, it is same whether you use the Mahayana, the Sutrayana name or the Mantrayana name, whatever name you use, it doesn't matter. We are talking about the same thing. Therefore, if you realize fully Mahamudra path, that means you also have realized the Madhyamika, the Dzogchen, and whatever we call it. We have so many different names. So that's very important for us to know that if we realize one thing, then we will know everything.
얘네 내가 관서 시람 대부선 가가요래 얘네 단나 뭐 근신한테 샤크스디 샤카 근신이 시에서 쓰나야래 시 차서 전부 되나야래 시 얘네 관서 어어어 우마침버스나게 시 우마침버스나게 얘네 뭐 샤크스디 샤카디 다 시기 우마 시기 차서 전부 시유를 이래 내가 뭐 색인데 다 람기 셀 람기 차오자체 뭐다 오메가서나 시대니 송주 람소니 송 제복군이 송 이제야 단다데 비랑데 시 대니 송주기 땡도 얘네 람 방도 총리 송주기 엄마 디 땡도 샹나다 뭐 시긴데 시 다 람기 셀 람기 대신인 거래 뭐디 얘네 샤다 시 대신인 거디 땡도 샹 디니 야 니마치 얘네 열매 차도 다 시유의 원도 줄네 열매도 차도 얘네 제비에서 제비 차게 좀 되는데 차도요 봐요 이 방도다 샤간 가래인바 샤파 가래인바 이 뭐시 뭐들 이 기점부터 그래서
So when we say rest in the essence of alaya, we talk about the ground, path, and privation. So when we say the alaya is the ground, according to the Madhyamika, then we say the ground is the unity of true truth, and the path is the unity of true accumulation, and the privation or result is the unity of true kayas. So when we say the alaya, alaya is the ground, and then we say essence or essence here, then essence is the path. So when we actualize the ground luminosity and become one with the path, and that's what we call the privation. So that's why I thought it's important for us to know what the ground is and what the path is and what the privation is.
Tene tsemgi rangshin versel ela tipje loborgi tima tindabi tipje ta kablen tip meben bs ko lobodu kablen tim tip ta tibe tip me matelo tipje bya rangshin namdak tang rangshin namdak shi de jinmo de nga chi me bar Serdang Yashin Tenji Keba, Sonze Ninangi Sheba Ni, Kunshi Namshe, Yella Bene, Kunshi Namshe, Madawi, Shenwang, Bene, Kunzo Turba, Mari Pakshaki Sato, Ning Dumar, Taba Deyin La, Tapi, Mari, Imashin Anti
제공,
La.
그래서
Adisha, Dayang, all a dim native can let Semge Ranshin Namkai, Semge Ranshin Namkai, Kamdar Jume, Kenmeke, Chokpa Mijin, Kewadang, Jikang Nebang Yamayi, Jesongde. Da Sem Kamdenayari. 대신인 볼 때는 뭐 근신강도 시작된다 근시 되나야리 얘네 비 뭐디다 간대지료를 때나 남가다 버지요 남가다를 주미 깻메디 줄리 깨방동 주겐 초발할 때는 깨방 마임바 남가다 보 촉반 매진 주겐기 촉반 매진 개화양 주경기 초반 매번 매디 되네 내가 개화양 용기 개화 매번 되네 다르지 봐야매 버드 내봐야매 내봐 여마이 제송데 semgeranshi yose chögi yin kanyin ba dini namgay kham dyuma cheba taro nyelengi jula teba mechin tenji kibi kenla teba mepe dena dedak chokpa lang teba mechin jugen chokpa lang teba mechin jugen rere la teba meba madu chokpa la yang teba mechin de che tangbo dene deshin da kunshi bela kewa yamne thare chiba yamne bardo neba yeba mayimbe duji gi che sungi namne juwa neba nito duji gi che sungi ke ga ne sungi ba de sungi ne derwa de sungi no go bi da zengi dang xin de la de xin lo kunshi de da dende chi gi penga ne sha ko.
And the nature of alaya is, again, in Uttara Tantra Shastra, it says, the root text says, the nature of mind has the element of space, does not depend upon causes or conditions, nor does it depend on a gathering of these. It has neither arising, cessation, nor abiding. This is what the root text says. And Jamgon Kongtrul wrote in his commentary, he says, like the uncreated element of space, the nature of mind, which is luminous Dharmadhatu, does not depend upon productive causes, and it does not depend upon simultaneously active condition. It, therefore, does not depend upon a gathering of these causes and conditions either. For this reason, it does not have an initial arising nor a final distinct disintegration, nor does it abide in the meantime. Therefore, it does not suffer the slightest change through the three properties native to everything created. So three properties native to everything created means to first to be born and to abide and to cease. So the nature of mind is free of all these things. There is no arising. Since there is no arising, there is no abiding. And then since there is no arising, no abiding, there is no cessation also.
다 비여고지 고세나 되는 단단 가서 가브레라 라마 자시모도 이제 셈모슈 생경어들 셈모슈지요리 예양 되네 방도 다 라마 뒤쪽이 탑케비 거네 다당 치탄이 가가 때문에 강도 생경어들 된대는 탑을 남만나서 낭디를 마도 전다 주고 쭉서디 딜레 하고 요 말이 디네 게네 딜레 하고 있다 생각이 돼요.
So it is very important for us and also very beneficial to understand correctly in this section and the alaya, because we have a tradition when you see a guru, a highly realized guru, then we request him or her to give us the pointing out instruction to realize the nature of mind. So no matter whatever method the guru use to introduce our nature of mind, actually there's nothing more that he or she can say than it is taught here in this teaching. Therefore, it is very important teaching and important for us to fully understand what alaya is.
네, 양 실로가 지금 생계 랑신 될 강인바 인민 남가 신의 주미게 생계 랑신 생계 뭐 되니 되네 왜서로 다 동바동 남가다고 동바 레벨이나 되네 말 왜서로 대신하다 동백이 탈람마 체달레도 리절강이마 예민 남화신도 주미게 다 남화나신 다 주로합니다. 주변 관계장 주변 님이바 양당 민도 레종 대처도 러버를 뒤에 대연 몸이죠. 양다고 마인베기 남도 대처 시당 디모라서 베기 년몽바 이제 탐지기 생계랑 신들라 남양 그쪽인 조지 방투인 조와 남게 생계랑 신을 때리 비신식의 님보 강인바 되네 남게랑 신 된다고 남가딜라 진당 두와라 속에 남가 내가서도 남가 조지당도 남의 조지당 미주와 신도 디바 다바당 마다바라 속에 남양 주와메바니데 생경 이제 뭐 될까 디바 다회 차가 마다바니 참 주와 강야 양다고 민바르딘도 똑바 틀신만 인바 일을 제발이 중이 대차강 시강당 팀모라서 봐 년몽도 빈이 년몽바당 얘기 빈이 년몽바 계획 빈이 년몽바 남기 디바 방롱 로벌기 딜만 남기 천이 대신식인 뭐 근시 천이 땡도 근내년 뭔가로 미조시 랑신이 용토다고 있습니다.
And I have one more stanzas from Uttatanta Shastra to read for you. The root text says, this clear and luminous nature of mind is as changeless as space, it is not afflicted by desire, and so on. The adventitious stands which are sprung from incorrect thoughts. This is the root text, and the commentary says, the nature of space is not changed through clouds, smoke, and so on. In the same way, the Tathagata Garbha, the clear and luminous nature of the minds of all beings, is changeless. It is not in the slightest altered by the fact that the obscuration or purified or unpurified, and so on. There are adventitious defilements consisting of the affliction of birth, the affliction of karma, and the affliction of mental poison, such as desire, hatred, mental blindness, and so on, all of which are sprung from improper conceptual activity, from incorrect thoughts that conceives in a way not corresponding to reality. The true state is changeless, since it is by nature utterly pure and will constantly remain unafflicted by these adventitious defilements, which are able to be removed. That's all. 노선군이 지송으로 노선군도 조지 디스로 송으로 되나 송으로 나서는 이제 자기 나서 되는 나서
이제 당것이 아마도我更喜欢的小这个当小咖比他更喜整个讲做西月生的么子，我都特别给当做这个呢，西月生的小咖节，现在南月生的到我让做南面的生我这呢到到把娘苗这个第南的设备，第到我更喜欢的小咖比到讲做当南的到把的设的，现在是这些宁波更是第一点的小啊我第你到设嘛不是这个东西，到等他地方去过到明天的。当我更喜欢的小朋友，我的你南的这些人不同，更喜欢的小朋友的喜悦生的想更喜。
So again, when we say rest in the nature of all, the basis of everything, according to the explanation that Khenpo just gave, is maybe I should translate different way. Say like rest the essence in the alaya. That's what Khenpo said. So when we say alaya is the ground luminosity, and the essence is the path luminosity. So when you are taught or you are pointed out by a guru, then what you have understood from that teaching is what we call the essence here. Then you have to rest on the alaya, that is the ground luminosity. When these become one, then we say the mother and child luminosity become one, like that, you know. So that's very important point again, even during the part of teaching. That's all.
我更喜欢的小这个的，像小胖的的感觉是小哥哥多，几过了这刚了今天小哥哥多，几发就是第次就小哥哥多，感觉是小哥哥多，比样比什么多。
That's So it is also important to know the way how we rest when
얘네 샤탕디 간데 샤고도 되나
맞아.
야 펜제 나랑게 대가도 방고 삼로치 당바이나 얘네 샤탕디 펜제를 방고 알아서 멜롱디 딜로 본바 샤바 나신 집 얘네 강도 샤고도 삼기
Okay. Okay, I am looking another translation. It says, in this translation, it says, rest in the alaya, the essence. So, the way how we rest in alaya, the essence, is Bumba Kandasonga, Bumba,
멜롱디 딜로 본바 샤
So, in Tibetan, we say, in English, it says rest, but in Tibetan, we just say place, you know, Place, or just put or place. So some Khenpo says now how you place in the alaya, the essence is just like placing a vase in front of a mirror. That's all.
얘네 멜롱 나라 본바 샤도 멜롱기 딜로 본바 샤도 본바로 이tam 카도 최종 가래 여바 차가 멜롱 나라 샤기요네 이나야 멜롱기 네 본베송 예비도 샤리 제기 요래 참기 남도 바양도 말이 본바라 나 되나 되네 멜롱기 예송 예 샤기 요래 참기 또 바양도 말이 다 멜롱은 본바니가라 남도 요 말이
So the example I'm giving here is a vase or vase is being placed in front of a mirror. So if you place a vase in front of a mirror, then all the reflection of vase will appear in the mirror. But nevertheless, the mirror doesn't have any conceptual thought saying that I am producing this reflection of the vase. Neither the vase also had no conceptual thought saying that I'm being reflected in the mirror. But nevertheless, the vase is being reflected in the mirror.
얘네야 한저 본바디 멜롱나라 샤르드 얘네 한저 샤르 요리데 송yen 본바라 다 이당 가도 최종라서 되기 남바 가레 여바디 멜롱나라 샤르디 요리 얘나야 샤르 신둘라 얘네 동바디 낭와기 동와기 고마가고 봐 낭와디 고동비 고마가고 얘네 샤르신도 동도 본베 멜로나 샤르와디 동바레데 이나야 동신도 본베기 이당 카도 수년 시장 탐제 샤르쇼게요레 동바디기 얘네 방도 낭와기 고마가고 덴데지기 얘네 방도 나와디기 동배 고마고 공바디기 나와이 고마고 되네 방도 예바기 maybe 예바디기 메타셀 메바디기 예타셀네 되네 방도 된대지 공부들
So the reason why I'm giving you this example is, even though all the colors and shape, everything that the vase has is appearing or reflecting in the mirror, at the same time, there's nothing, is emptiness. So this is what the example of the unity of emptiness and appearance can become together, because the empty part is allowing the things to appear, and appearance doesn't really blocking the empty part. And this is what how we have to meditate also. You appear everything at the same time. They are not real, they don't exist, but they are just emptiness.
Kabre Nixum Tombani Tam Combaina, Higi Nawiki Tati Kado, Takaya Nawa Neva Kango, Niko to Nanga Tomba to Tombani Chagere, then Higi Nawiki Tati Kagi, that Tomba Mato, Nawa Nam Bichoba, the Jobaji Samlo Dang. Yang Kabre 다음어버디 방도 나와제 되게 나와예나 똥 미쳐봐 다디 나와리 디모거리 디 템버도가리 기 로디 일레네 되네 방도 나와디기 똥비기 고가 나나 똥 미쳐봐 저거 맞아 된대기 다 단다 방도 레당부가 디나신기 남도 망고지 이 강도다 나와이기 동바디기 나와미가 회의 제도를 이는 내려온다 보면은 이 페이지 고대로 이 정도도 참
I think that example is something easy to understand how the appearance and emptiness are unity. They can work together. Otherwise, for beginner, sometimes we try to meditate on emptiness by closing our eyes. Then at that time, even we might have little understanding of emptiness, but all the appearances are blocked. We cannot see anything since our eyes are closed. And sometimes when we try to meditate by our eyes open and then see everything outside, then we don't understand why everything is out there, how could it be emptiness and so forth. So it's very difficult for us to accept this view of the unity of emptiness, union of appearance emptiness. But if we use this kind of example, like reflection of the vase in the mirror, then maybe we can have some intellectual understanding of how the appearance and emptiness can be unity.
되네 양 봄바디 다 남기 강도 뭐 근심한 것이야 다 봄바디 뭐 저거지 남기 대신 있는 저거지 근시로지 멜론하게 봄바디 다 멜론하게 샤베 봄바디 강도 시 봄바 다 근시 시 근시 저거지 다 디니 멜로나이 bomba는 데 bomba니 치그레베나 치마데 치바자 멜로나니 치토죠 카가레베나 카가 말에 치메나 치기로 말이 이 bomba면은 멜로나 bom바요 말 디노제 데네 강도 뭐 남기 근시 시 메셀기 근시니 양 직당 타데를 해봐 직기 타 직당 타데기 강도 남도의 방법 같은 거 이제 시작하고 시작한 중심이 시작하고
And also when we says rest in the alaya, the essence, then example here is the vase itself is the path, the essence, and the reflection in the mirror is the alaya. So if you ask they are same, then actually it's not, because one is real vase and the other one is reflection. If you say they are different, separate, and we cannot say they are separate, because if you take one of them, then the other one also doesn't exist. And in this way, then we can have some understanding of how the appearance emptiness or the ground luminosity and path luminosity are not same and not different. So,
나 강다량 전에 집타되기 남도를 해봐 일당 유진이 남도를 해봐 이당 가족의 남도를 해봐 남도 탐지당 Trinley Trinley
But anyway, in short, we have to rest in the alaya, a state of being free from any kind of contemplations, idea of being one or separate, or idea of being perceived or perceiver, or idea of having some color and shape. We have to be free from all this kind of conceptual thought, and we should rest there.
근데 전에 다 근데 다 간대지 공장.
And this is what it means when it says rest in the alaya, the essence. So maybe since we have little time still, we will do some meditation. Please rest in the alaya, the essence, free of all contributions or elaborations. That's all. Okay, we'll do meditation now. About 5 minutes.
다 간대도 그런도 서로 간대지 연구.
다양 수기지 시에요. 나 수기지 시에요. 말로 같이 말이요. 단순 말이요. 말로.
안에 영어.
그 언는데 빼자서 무슨 문에 시에도 그러는 거. Okay, I think that's all for tonight. We will do the dedication prayer now. 소놈대에 담제 세바에 덕내 예배 나나 감제 제가 나제 바라에 조바에 세베 소레 로고요 양바라 바보 제사에 바 군도 상보 대야 레젠 대다 그게 제선 다가 교원 대다 타제 라고 뭐 상게 고서 예배 제나 체예 매겨 레베 제나 근데 미제 레베 제나 게 제다 뭐 러버나 교인들 내가 야벤 전에 karmaya bande dembe nyamboje chodara goya jane keme awara bebe raje yo.
Good night.
Okay.
Good night.
Thank you very much, Khenpo Ugyen, for wonderful teaching, and Khenpo Sangye for your translation, Lama Mark for your translation, and all of you who joined this for being here and showing your interest in learning the Dharma. Good night, all.
Thank you very much, everyone, and good night.